to go. Good start for the favorite Lotto Blues Man to the extreme outside, and Encore down along the inside. Octomatic is rallying on, and so is One Hot Habit as One Hot Habit comes after Lotto Blues Man. But Cody Jensen asks the question, and Lotto Blues Man responds the way a winner of the Golden State Million should. Crushes the field. One Hot Habit finishing second. Octomatic got third. Looked like Encore finishing fourth. This should be a very quick time.
And that was Lotto Blues Man qualifying as the fastest runner in the trials for the Los Alamitos 2 million Futurity. Dave, not only does he qualify as the fastest, it is his third run for over $1 million as a 2-year-old.
This is a very strong field in this year's 2 million, Mike, because there are 3 horses that qualified for the Edberg and the Golden State and the Deuce, and there's another that qualified for 2 at Ruidoso. So this is a pretty stacked field this year.
Outside of the Breeders' Cup, the richest race in the state of California, run every year, is right here at Los Alamitos, and it's the Los Alamitos 2 million Futurity, the race that we are going to draw the post positions for right now. Dave, just thoughts on selection, what post positions will make a difference? Can anything dramatically change in this race through the draw?
Well, remember, these are less experienced horses than the ones that just drew in the Champion to Champion, so I think that the post position draw is a little bit more important here for the 2-year-olds than it will be for, you know, horses that are going to be running for the 600,000 in the Champion to Champion. So it's very important. We'll see.
Without further ado, we are going to kick off the process. Dave, why don't you get back to the interviewing stand so we can corral these unsuspecting connections when they least suspect it. But Jess Moss will have first selection. Elena, you are on the clock. Feel free to make your way to the placards. Dave, what's it going to take for Jess Moss to win?
Well, you know, this is a very special horse to Elena. She also bred this one out of the very nice and fast mare Corona Masfina that raced for her back in the day. She's going to go right to the outside with Jess Moss. Yes, she's going to need to get a little bit faster to win, but just to be in a race that's worth $2 million, so very exciting with one that you bred.
Paul Jones knows a thing or two about winning a Grade 1 event here at Los Alamitos. He's won the Los Alamitos 2 million Futurity. One Hot Habit represents the Turner Farm Series. He makes his way up. One Hot Habit, second selection. Where do you think Paul's going to go here?
I would imagine somewhere towards the outside. Looks like maybe more towards the middle. He's going to go to post position number 4.
Lucky number 4.
Yeah, that's done okay for him over the years in big races here at Los Al.
Especially in the Champion of Champions. I think he had 3 consecutive winners out of that post.
But that's an interesting selection because that's going to open up a big gap there towards the middle to the outside. 5 through 9 still available. And One Hot Habit was the horse I was mentioning that did qualify for the All-American.
Jaime Gomez has had some success in this race as well. He saddles Cartel 6s, 4th in the Golden State Million, 7th in the Edberg Million.
And he also has Catella Deli that he'll have to choose later on. Jaime is going to go post position number 6, which would make sense with this name, and a triple qualifier, 7th in the Edberg, 4th in the Golden State, and we'll see how he does in the Deuce.
4 tries to get into the finals of a major Futurity, and Mr. Apolitical Dash does it last time out for Juan Alleman, qualifying with the 4th fastest time, as Mr. Apolitical Dash by Mr. Jess Perry out of Apolitical Dash, so a pedigree that Juan knows much about.
Yeah, and he won an All-American Futurity trial, but not fast enough to make it into the $3 million race, but he is fast enough to go into this $2 million race. Juan's going to go post position number 9 with Mr. Apolitical Dash.
The second fastest qualifier is up next. Kissed by an Eagle, Rafael Orozco and Mark and Peggy Brown. This horse was 3rd in the Juvenile Championship here in on B of A night. Won the California Challenge back in August.
You know, this is a horse that has surprised some people throughout the year. He won his debut at odds of 21-1, and then he came back and he won the John Deere California Challenge at 23-1. So even though he may be a bit of a price, he is tough to count out, as he has proven.
Well, Mike Robbins and the Reliance Ranch is also represented in the 2 million Futurity this weekend, with Billionaire Boy 3rd in a trial behind Worth Doing and Cartel 6s.
Only 1 win from the 5 starts, but they have punched a nice paycheck regardless of where they finish. Hopefully they can get a nice chunk of it. Billionaire Boy, post position number 8.
Now, Ms. Jess Knockout was the 7th fastest qualifier, finished 2nd behind Mr. Apolitical Dash. This will be the first Futurity for this runner for Jose Flores.
Yeah, and also tried to qualify to the Breeders' Futurity back in September. Did win that trial and then won an allowance race to get her set up for her trial to the $2 million. So it's a plan that has worked out.
Lotto Blues Man, your fastest qualifier, will select next. He's got the 3 inside post positions, Dave.
Well, he's never raced from any of the 3 inside post positions. In his 6-race career, he's been in at least post position number 4 or outside. So Mike will try to go as close to there as possible. Mike, come on over here real quick. I'll ask you about this very talented gelding Lot of Blues man who you have chosen post position number 3. You knew where your selection order was, so you probably thought you were going to have something like this when it came to it.
That's what we thought, yeah. No other place to go.
Well, he's done so well. Qualifying to the Ed Burke, ran a good third, and then to come back and win the Golden State Million the way that he did, what a nice one.
Yeah, he's really a nice horse, so we're proud to have him.
And Cody's done a great job.
You know, Cody's doing a lot better. He did a heck of a job riding him in the Golden State with a broken collarbone, and he's much improved, so we should get along real good.
Taking a look at his win here on trial night, and we did have some weather that night. Were you ever worried?
Oh, yeah, we sure were. There were a lot of nice horses to run after we did, so we just hoped we'd hang in there.
All right, Mike Castleman, best of luck. He's got the morning line favorite, I would guess. We'll get that from Ed Burkhardt later. A lot of Blues man, post position number 3.
Down to our final 2 selections, and our final 2 posts are 2 and 1. Here comes Dr. Strowman of Dutch Masters fame for Cortella, another one trained by Jaime Gomez.
Yeah, it's been a great couple of years for Dr. Strowman in the game. Jim, come on over here. I want to ask you real quick about this horse and maybe a couple others as well. You're going to go down to the inside with Cortella. And when we think about Futurities here at Los Al, your name comes to mind a lot. You've had tremendous success with these 2-year-olds with Jaime. What is the recipe to success for you guys with these babies?
Goddamn me. No, I don't know. I think the recipe for success is an owner that surrounds himself with good people and tries to listen to them and put the ball in their court. You know, when we pick horses, we pick them together. And I very rarely do it by myself. And Jaime has had a tremendous eye over the years, and we've raised a few good ones too. So, but I hope our president follows that recipe.
You've had a lot of fun in this game, obviously highs and lows, but it seems like you're doing good.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, Dr. Jim Strowman, part of Dutch Masters 3, Mike, and you and I know, but really when we both started working back in the early 2000s, they've won so many of these big Futurities here at Los Al.
And now he's campaigning for Jaime Gomez to be a member of the new president-elect's cabinet. Mark Skeen walking up to the placard as he's got Worth Doing, the 5th fastest qualifier. He's 5 for 8 in 2016. His only 3 losses were the Golden State Million, the Governor's Cup Futurity, and the Ed Burke Million.
An unbelievable season because you're a 3-time qualifier and have cashed huge checks in all 3 of those races, hitting the board in all 3, and it's going to end up coming from post position number 2, and that's your field.
As I fumble the microphone here on the set, we welcome Ed Burkhardt back up to the podium for the morning line of the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity. Any surprises here?
No surprises. I'm not surprised that Dr. Strowman took the 1 hole with Cortella because we discussed the 1 and 2 holes before, and if he had his choice between those 2, you stay out of trouble more, I think, out of the 1 hole. So Cortella, I made it 12-1. Worth Doing. I've loved this horse all year. He's qualified for every major race. He drew the 2 hole. He's 6-1. A Lot of Blues man, the winner of the Golden State Million, 3rd in the Ed Burke Million, and the fastest qualifier. Mike Castleman's not going to like me for this. 1-1, even money on A Lot of Blues man. One Hot Habit, who was a strong 2nd against A Lot of Blues man and qualified for the All-American Futurity, is in post position number 4, and I've got her at 15-1. Miss Jess Knockout, I think, is one of the outsiders, a quick breaker at 20-1 in post position 5. Cartel Sixes, who qualified for the Ed Burke Million and the Golden State Millions, 6-1, was very impressive in running 2nd, beating only a head in the trials against Worth Doing. Then we have Kissed by an Eagle, the up-and-comer, who ran almost as fast as A Lot of Blues man did in the trials. 4-1 is the 2nd choice. And I have Billionaire Boy, 30-1, who was 3rd in the trial, won by Worth Doing and 2nd by Cartel Sixes. Jess Moss at 30-1. And the outside horse, Mr. Apolitical Dash, between those 2. I thought this horse ran very well on the outside in the trials. I have Mr. Apolitical Dash at 12-1.
All right, Ed, thank you very much. There you have it. The post positions have been drawn. The morning line is out for the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity. You can watch all this action at tvg.com, but if you're in the area, you need to make your way to Los Alamitos for the best racing action, regardless of breed, right here at night. The Champion of Champions on Saturday and the 2 million Futurity on Sunday. As that concludes our draw show, rest assured, past performances will be available shortly, and you can get all your wagering action you need at TVG.com. Right now, we head back to TVG Studios.